Okay. Oh, spoilers. Okay, so, what's going on? I have something very important to talk to you about. Um, I'm gonna try to keep myself on topic and not get angry. Okay, I'll be passionate. Passionate is very different. Let me check my streams. Okie doke. Live. And that is now live. Awesome. Okay, so today is a very important day. Something I've been wanting to talk to you guys about for a while. Um, here's the thing. I wanted to make sure I could word it in a way that was appropriate, that was good, that was beneficial to everyone. My name is Joel Casanova. I am the creator and founder of Beat Hunter Dance, and this talk show exists to help your dance journey be healthy, productive, and 100% yours. So today we're talking about character. And I wanted to make sure, like I said, that this was worded in a way, and I got inspiration for how I was going to say it. And this covers so many things. So many things. I talked about standards when we talked in the series of the POV, which actually is available right now on Substack as well as on Patreon. You can buy it straight up as a PDF, or you can do it chapter by chapter in Substack. Those links are in the description. And we also talked about like who you're giving yourself to, who you're dancing with, who you're dancing for, the elements that make up a good relationship in dance, so that your dance journey is healthy and it's productive and it's 100% yours. Character is, well, let's see, like the definition of character is moral excellence and firmness. Right, so that's essentially what we're talking about today. I would think, from what I've seen, that character is like the most underappreciated yet highly valuable characteristic, like quality that you can have, especially in the arts world. Right, I would say it's it can seem invisible, and that's why it's sometimes underappreciated, because if something goes really well and you have someone who has good character in your life, you're like, okay, this is how things are supposed to happen. And then if someone doesn't have good character in your life, you're like, oh, something is wrong and I don't know what it is. And a lot of times as humans, we think it's us, especially as artists, we think it's us. So it's kind of like elusive sometimes, but it also has sometimes the most incredible impact on us. Right? So it's valuable, I would say, because like when a dancer or a choreographer or a teacher or director, right? We'll call them leaders, right? Dancers is like peer to peer. Leaders are the people that are above you, right? Like a hierarchy. So when a dancer or a leader has good character, a lot of times, I would say most of the time, they pass on that character to you. And they like send you out into the dance world to act like a white blood cell. If you don't know, a white blood cell is a specific type of thing in your body that fights viruses, right? So as the nature of these white blood cell dancers is that first of all, they can spot bad character because they know the difference. They have the contrast. And because they have good character, they also stand up to leaders with bad character. They call out leaders with bad character, and then they also defend other dancers against leaders with bad character. And the same applies to peer-to-peer dancers. It's just a lot of times you can see it more with the leader because they're projecting who they are to you. That's their whole job. But white blood cells don't only...
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
I don't know. White blood cells don't only like fight viruses. They also cleanse the body. And in the same way, the dancers that are acting like white blood cells cleanse the dance world, so that once the bad character is dealt with, at least for the moment, right? They're like the situation has been nullified or whatever. They can get on with the main goal of what they're there for, which is the main goal is to make a healthy dance world for dancers to live in it, right? The ultimate goal for us as dancers and for dance leaders is to create a healthy space for us to thrive in. And when we're thriving in that, we can create things that are unique to us. We can dance and create art in a way that is that's unique to us, but also has an impact on the people around us. We are creating an open gate for new dancers to enter in, right? Old, young, medium, I guess medium, right? It's like you have an open gate instead of a closed gate, or like anyone can just come in regardless of what dance is. It's like dance is a specific thing. So when you enter into what dance is, you have a healthy space for you to make it what it needs to be for you, right? If you're like, I'm a dancer because I paint on a canvas, and you're like, that's not dancing. Now, if you're like, there's this guy online who he puts paint on his feet, not just his bare feet, but like these like kind of like pads on his feet, and he does breakdancing moves and creates like abstract art on a canvas that's on the floor. So that's dancing. Do you know what I'm saying? He's using dancing to create visual art. That's different. But if you're like, I sing, so I'm a dancer, you're like, well, no, you have to be dancing, right? And so we're opening the gate for you to enter into this culture of what dance is, and we're making it a healthy space for us who are already there, and also for you who are entering into it for the first time, right? Now, I'd like to create 2 visuals for you. The first visual is peer-to-peer, like dancer to dancer, which even then, depending on how big the dancer is, like as a celebrity, they can be a leader in that way. But let's go to, okay, boom. This is the Red Bull BC 1 World Finals in Tokyo. So what basically essentially what's happening is this is a b-boy competition that they created. There's a bunch of people there, and it's a world finals to see who the best b-boy champion is. B-boy relates to someone who does breakdancing. B-boy and b-girl is a guy breakdancer and a girl breakdancer. Okay, so breakdancing is the style, and this is like a world championship, right? This happened in 2025. This is last year. Let's set the stage first. First, you have Isan. Risk.
Yeah. Free.
First guy.
Oh, no, another favorite, another hometown
crazy
hero.
battle.
Ishin from Japan. The crowd is on their feet. He looks like he's got a little...
This guy kind of has a home team advantage because he is from Japan. This is happening in Tokyo, right? This is the first guy that we're talking about.
Fan club, stage right. Throwing the flags up.
Okay?
Ishin.
He starts doing his thing, and then they introduce his competitor. Ready?
Same thing.
Make some noise for Amir!
Woo!
Okay.
And
Listen, they're going to explain it as the commentators. Amir is a champion from 2021. Okay? Listen to what they say. He comes out into this competition. He's not from Japan, right? But he is competing, and obviously he's good enough to get to this level. Personally, this is just a side personnel. I don't think he's that great, to be honest. His style is very unique to him, granted, but it's very abstract, and he's not really listening to music. And while they're b-boying against each other, or they're breakdancing and competing with each other, the other guys, Isan is kind of like, hey, listen to the music. But listen to what he says. He comes out with his belt. The belt is from the championship of 2021.
we have Amir with his belt that he won
That's a flex.
back in 2021.
Dang, he came up with the belt flex?
Okay,
He's got 2 belts, wearing a belt and holding a belt. It's a lot of belts.
let's go.
He put it on the floor.
Okay, so Amir comes out as a second competitor. He comes out, he puts the belt on the ground, and he's like, remember I won this. Okay? So when I first saw this, I saw this live. Not in person, but live streamed, right? When they're streaming. And I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, okay, this is a competitive style. This is a competitive environment. You are battling literally each other. maybe it's like a mind game thing, but something about it like rubbed me the wrong way, right? So they start competing, all this stuff starts happening, right?
Here goes Amir. Amir, a very unique dancer.
Representing Predator's crew. Kazakhstan in the house.
All right, and then Eason does his thing.
This professional 32 terabytes SSD, capable of holding the entire collection of the New York Public Library, is something you won't find at Best Buy or any electronics retailer.
I'll cut that in post. Basically, they do their thing, right? So he's competing, and then Eason starts doing his thing. He's competing.
I think part of his hand's on the floor. We got a battle.
Crazy. He goes a lot more to the music. He's incredible. He creates different moves and stuff. They do this for 3 rounds. This is the first round, right? Get to... we get to the very end, right? And if you notice, as they're announcing everything that happens, right? Amir goes, Eason goes, Amir goes, Eason goes, Amir goes, Eason goes. That's the 3rd round. They're done, right? At the end of the 3rd round, Amir comes up to the middle, takes the belt that he brought out with him and saying, "I'm the champion. Remember this." Puts in the center of the stage and walks away.
Puts the belt on the middle of the floor.
Oh, man.
I wonder if
Walks
Eason
out.
wins. Is he going to let him take the belt?
I don't know. And you know, Amir actually called him out at the rack reveal.
Yeah.
So that was very brave. A very brave move to do.
He's not on stage. He walks out. Eason actually is the one who wins anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But the idea is that he came out and said, "Listen, I'm the champion. You need to remember this." Puts in the stage and walks away. And I'm like, people will remember your bad character more than they remember your moves. That's when this really hit me when it comes to this topic. And again, he is a champion from 2021. So like in some way, even though he's a peer-to-peer, we're both dancers, he is a world champion. So he's kind of influencing and like inspiring other people to act like himself, regardless of whether he wants to or not. He's essentially a leader in this community, right? And now also something to consider is that he is this is just my assumption. I don't know this for a fact, but this is a world stage. Obviously, look at the amount of people that are here, right? This is all people gathered to watch this competition. I watched it in the United States live stream. So twice as many people who were there watched it live streamed. And then twice as many people who watched it live stream will now continue to watch it after it's done. This is replay value. We're watching this right now, right? Currently, it has 835,000 views. Okay? So when it comes to this perspective, there's this crazy, let's go back to this. There's this crazy influence that he has. And if he does this on a world stage for a competition, what does he act like in private? Okay? Like, to be man enough and confident enough to come out and say, like, put it in the middle of the stage and be like, "I'm out. I don't care what the results are." And you're like, just show some moral character. Sit and watch and see what happens. Instead of saying, like, "I know I'm better than you. I'm out." And like he calls him out before the actual competition even starts. And the whole thing is crazy. And this is not about the drama. This is about how you show yourself with character, right? The other guy came out and he's like, "Listen, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to battle and then I'm going to wait for the results." So like, be man enough to wait for the results. Be strong enough and secure enough in yourself to wait for what happens or what the judges decide. Eason actually wins by unanimously. There's five judges. 7. Anyways, it's an odd number. All 5 of them say this guy won. And he waited for the results. He could have totally went the opposite way. And he was like, listen, I'm standing on stage. Whatever the results are, the results are. The other guy didn't even wait. He just left. And it's like, listen, man, there's an upstanding nature to this. So that's like a peer-to-peer, slightly higher level. The next one we're talking about is supposed to be funny. Okay, this is the caption for this Instagram reel is every choreographer. Ironically, even though it was supposed to be funny, he kind of hits it on the head. Like, he really nails bad leaders to a T. And he's talking about choreographers right now, specifically in dance class. But this applies to dancers and everyone in the arts world. Right? And I know he hits it on the head, like he really nails it to the T, because I know these people. Not this guy, but the people he's talking about. I know them. I know their first and last name, and I could say it right now. I could say their first and last name on this live stream. I won't, for multiple reasons. Number one, you might not know them, so it's irrelevant. Number two, that's what this live stream is about. Okay? This live stream is to give you resources to make your dance journey be healthy, productive, and 100% yours. Now, as well as encourage you to where your dance journey should and you want your dance journey to go based off of what you're doing. Number three, I have talked with these people. I have worked with these people. I know these people, and I have given them an opportunity, either explicitly or implicitly, to change. And they did not take it. They are not going to change. Now, they could. They can. It is possible. And if they do, praise God. That's awesome. However, so far, they haven't. So what I can do is influence dancers that are listening to this, whenever you're listening to this, live or after the fact, up to this live stream, and give you an opportunity to dry out the reservoir of power that these leaders have. Okay? If everyone were to leave people with bad character, they would have no influence over them. And that could be an amazing catalyst for them to change. That would be awesome. They're like, because I'm like this, and because I treat these people this way, I have no one to lead now. Okay, so like hopefully that changes them. They might just like be bitter and alone by themselves, right? That's how I see them so far acting. But till that happens, it happens. Also, I have to use this Instagram video because 9 times out of 10 you don't get video of the leaders being like this. So he's talking probably from experience, and it's kind of funny, but it's really not when you really think of it as being serious. He's doing it because he's experienced this, and when I saw this, I was like, I know these people. I know exactly who he's talking about. Not a specific person, but like a character of person, right? So
it's time to dance, little Did everyone stretch? All right, I'm gonna do it one time poorly, and then you all need to do it perfectly. Why are you late? Why are you early? Why are you crying? I need to see you wanted, Annie. Do you want to go with Warbucks, or do you want to be an orphan for the rest of your life?
I want to.
Show me. 5, 6, 7, 8. And you walk around the chair. Then you walk around the chair. When I say kickball change, you say how high. Walk around the chair. Oh my God, Kelsey, it's a little bit of blood. Put your shoe back on and dance. No, that's not it. Kelsey, your mom emailed me to tell me you had a torn Achilles. If you were a real dancer, you would have said it to my face. Pump the gas. Pump the gas. I'm taking a smoke break. When I'm back, you all better be gone and there better be dancers. I have a BFA from Phoenix University. Ever heard of it? Yes.
I have a question.
No! It's time.
awful. Okay, so here's the thing. From belligerently talking to dancers, to cursing them out, to saying if you're injured, I don't care, to saying you don't understand, I came from this place, and you're like, you're using your meanness and then masquerading as a strict dance teacher because you're trying to make good people. What? What? Like, I've heard, like, he's like, from Phoenix University. Ever heard of it? I've heard this. Like, I've heard it from people's mouths. It's insane. Here's the thing that broke my heart, okay? The person who sent this to me, her name will remain anonymous, sent this to me and left me a message and said, "Thank you for not being like this." And I just cried. I cried when I watched this video because this student experienced this type of abuse. I don't know what other word I can use while I was their choreographer, right? And I saw the director, who will also remain unnamed, and the music director and the other people in charge just be like this the entire rehearsal experience. And the one thing she remembers is the fact that I was not like this. Like, I wasn't doing anything crazy amazing. And this is not like a humble brag. This is just saying, like, I taught them as high schoolers who need to learn something. And I gave them grace because some of them have never danced before. That's it. I wasn't going above and beyond, although what I think is above and beyond what they needed. I gave them a regular dance experience. You don't know this? Let me teach it to you. When you mess up, I'll correct you, and then we'll move on. Because this isn't like a litmus test of who you are, how valuable you are as a person. And all she could think about was, "Hey, thank you for not being like this." I was like, like, first of all, it was an honor to teach you, and second of all, like, this is not normal. Or let me say, this is common, but it's not normal. It's a very different thing. A normal experience is to teach someone and grow them and experience and send them out like white blood cells into the musical theater world, into the dance world, into the choreography world, into the ballet world, so they can see and know good character when they see it and have a reaction, like a healthy reaction, to bad character when they experience it. Right? And I'm not saying like leading is easy. Even when it's like a peer-to-peer, like servant leadership, or like you and me are on the same level and I'm leading you through this experience, or I'm literally above you and I'm telling you as my students or as my dancers or whoever, like, leading is not easy. No one said it was, right? It is hard to do the things that you're doing when you are influencing people. But like, for example, I wrote this down. James 3:1 in the Bible, it says, not many of you should become teachers, my brothers, for you know that we who teach will be judged with greater strictness. In a different translation, it says that we will receive a stricter judgment. Right? In nerd terms, if you follow the MCU, with great power comes great responsibility. Okay, like, this rings true not just for the dance world, but for arts as a whole. Right? If you're a teacher, you have more of a responsibility for the people that are in your care, really. Like, the power that you have as a leader and as a dancer who's influencing other people should be taken seriously every second that you're in that position. Right? You're wielding the type of power that can traumatize people for their entire life. Okay, I can guarantee if you're watching this live or if you're watching this after the fact, you can name, even if you don't remember their name, you know, and you can picture a moment where a teacher was being awful and had bad character or was treating you differently from other people, right? No matter how old you are, you're going to remember that, right? I know I'm like 30 years old and I remember people in like middle school and high school that I can see them, and I know for a fact, even like from middle school to high school to college experience, like, I know exactly who are good teachers, I know exactly who are bad teachers, right? As a leader, I hold that responsibility, and we should take it seriously. So, dancers, choreographers, teachers, directors, artists of the world, hear my voice. Do not become these people. There are very few things that I'm going to tell you not to do or to do, because It's your dance journey, and you need to experience it in a very organic way. This is what I'm telling you. Never become these people. You can develop character, right? You can develop characters to influence the world in a great, healthy way, to create a great, healthy dance world for people to live in and experience, right? It takes conscious effort, don't get me wrong, but you are in control of that. The other thing you're also in control of is allowing people to treat you as if you have less value than you actually do. So when you experience people who have bad character, you have the power to leave. Now, high schools, middle schools, colleges a little less, but like legally, if you have a teacher who has awful character, you legally have to go to school. Okay. In the arts world, no one's making you do anything. This is not a requirement at all. Arts is for the quality of life of a human being. You can leave, right? You can get private lessons from somebody else. You can get online lessons. I did online lessons for someone who's in LA. She's across the country from me. I mean, across not only the country, but like the United States of America. I'm in Virginia. They're in California. Like that's a huge, like you can get people from all over the world. I also took online lessons from the guy who is like, he was in Vietnam. And the person that I was taking from California, she like subbed him in. He's like, hey, this is the person you're learning from today. And I'm like, cool. And he was incredible. And he was literally across the world from me. Even if you get like pre-recorded dance apps, right? There's plenty of them. You can just Google it. And you'll find ways that you can grow without having to experience bad character. Because it's worth learning dance outside the bad character, or learning dance slower without the bad character influencing your life, than to submit yourself and get used to the fact that people can treat you badly, right? You can be the white blood cell dancer that the dance world needs. We can all be that. We can stand up against bad character and stand up for good character. You can be an example. You can influence people who are like on your level horizontally in a great way. And then when you ever get into a position where you're a leader, you can also influence them in that way, because you're now creating a ripple effect of other people who will continue holding this up. The dance world doesn't exist without us. The dance world doesn't exist without people in general. But the dance world stays healthy, stays whole, stays without viruses because of people who have good character, right? They exist. They do. I promise you they do. I know them. I've experienced them. I have taught with them, for them, under them. Right? So don't ever let go of the fact that you can get someone with good character. And remember that character can and should be grown over, above, and beyond your dance skill. Right? If you're a Christian, if you're a person of faith, if you follow Jesus Christ, what I've experienced as someone who's the same is that the Lord wants us to build our character and our morality and who we are as people way, way, way more than he does our art. He does want us to build our art. He does. He created the art. He gave us the passion. He gave us the talent. Period. Fact. However, he understands that as artists and as people, if we just go through life with bad character, traumatizing people around us, and like us jumping on the highway that's a one-way road to rehab, right? It doesn't matter. That's why this talk show exists. The idea of saying like, hey, listen, your mindset matters. If you're jumping into the car and the car is dancing, you're driving. And if your mindset is like, I don't care about other people, I just care about me, and it doesn't matter if I hurt other people's feelings or traumatize their dance experiences, like, it doesn't matter how good of a dancer you are. You're an awful person. The other is also true. I'm driving this car, so I'm going to use it and my good character to drive the car where it's supposed to be, and I'm going to pick people up on the way. I'm going to lift them up out of the mud. I'm going to show them an example of how they can be and who they can be connected to in their dance journey. Okay, so like we have, as Christians, we have a moral duty, I guess. Like we have so many better reasons to have good character and to stand up for good character, because we understand that morality is solid. There is no such thing as subjective morality. There is objective morality, and it cannot be changed regardless of whether we acknowledge it or not. And we can show people an example of what good art looks like when it's paired with good morality and good character. Okay? So, that's how I live at B100 Dance. Okay, I have so many experiences with great people, with awful people, with everyone in between, people who are confused, people who understand exactly what they're doing the dance world for, and then I can take those experiences and give you what it is that you need at the place in your dance journey that you are. Right? If you want to have this conversation, we can have this conversation. If you're not ready for the conversation, we don't have to have the conversation. Regardless, you're going to get quality lessons that are designed to build you as a dancer, not just building you into a good dancer. Very, very different things. Massively. And it comes from the fact that, like, you deserve a quality teacher and quality lessons with good character. Dude, I have gone through it, bro. Like, experiencing these people in both good ways and bad ways, cried and went through the emotional tension and trying to figure out how I implemented to what I do as a dance instructor. It's crazy. It's crazy, but it's worth it. It's so worth it to see dancers who have zero teachers, who've never danced before, have a good experience on the first try. And then people who have had awful teachers, or even just awful leaders in general, come and understand experience what it's like to have leaders and a dance teacher who is invested in them as artists. Okay? So hit me up, b100dance.com and at b100dance on Instagram. Here's some information on what I do. And just a reminder, we have a book that touches all these things that I talked about, right? The POV curriculum. Success, focus, which is like your goals, alignment, who you dance with, self-worth, standards, and purpose. Those are the 6 chapters of the book. You can actually get a preview of the intro of the book on Patreon. Again, those links are going to be in the description. But that book grows with you. It really does. And I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to market it. I'm saying, like, if you read it now, wherever you are, if you read it again later that year, or if not, like in a couple of years, you're gonna experience something completely different. And there's also journal prompts, so you can think through the things and actually know your own thoughts on it. So you don't just take my thoughts wholesale. That you actually know that you want to take this because it's better for you, and it's gonna look and manifest in your dance journey completely different. So, have a great day. Keep this in mind. Apply it to your life. You might actually need to change who you dance with or who you dance underneath. And if not, if you understand, like, this is the kind of person that I want to dance with, this is the person that is best for my life, amazing. Then you can appreciate it even more. Gratefulness should be felt as a human being. Okay? Have a great day. And I'll see you Wednesday where we'll have another great dancer that we'll be analyzing.